Hey, what's up, what's up, what's up? How you doing? How you been? What's going on? What's good? Oh, you getting it in? Somebody's getting it for you. What's going on, people? Woo, what's good, people? It is a day of a day of another day we call Monday. That being said, what's good, people? Almost forgot. Got a lot going on in my mind. There's a lot of stuff that's going on. You know, a lot of things bother me. Da 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 da. Anyway, that being said, I was going through the computer and stuff like that, and I happen to see, I always try to represent one of my own, which I hate to say this, but sometimes my sisters are very embarrassing to me, the shit that they do. But then again, I could be very embarrassing to them too. But anyway, that being said, I want to talk to you in reference to O.J. Simpson, this transsexual who's saying she had oral sex with O.J. while incarcerated, and her name is, let me just make sure I have this correct, her name is Jazmena Jameson. Now this is what happened. She's the kind of girl who's supportive, who does the laundry inside of the prison. Now basically what she did was, you know, she says she likes to flirt a lot and she's very flirtatious with a lot of different, you know, inmates that's inside, so she likes to play and stuff like that. So this transgender woman is HIV positive. Now basically, she knows she's HIV positive. Where she's sharing it with everyone or not, I do not know. But she said that she talked to OJ and stuff like that, and you know, she's seen him and she would do his laundry and stuff like that because basically OJ didn't like to do his laundry, allegedly. So basically, from Radar Online, she was a porter and she would just do his laundry and stuff like that. And then one day, he asked her about her tits. He's like, are those implants or hormones? Which I find to be very interesting, how a man seems to know about implants or hormones. It makes you go, Anyway, that being said, so she kept, you know, I guess they were already friends, so she said that they already was, and it was pretty cool as far as talking terms and stuff like that. So basically what happened was, he asked to see her breasts. She lifted her shirt up because she loves showing them, so she says, according to Radar Online. So she stood up there, she showed his breasts, and then she showed her breasts. She showed OJ her breasts. So he says, get out of here, you know, in a joking manner, because he was like, I couldn't believe it, you know. I guess they're very perky and very fabulous. Anyway, that being said, she set up there and everything, and you know, she just kind of started, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm going to tell you exactly what she started doing. She started working on him. Basically, she introduced him to the fact of the matter of the visual. Now, inside of his mind, it's going to take a little time because it has to marinate. And most girls like us know this routine. We all practice it. We all do it very well. And a lot of you men do it well as far as, you know, you peeking and you be looking to see what the transsexuals look like and, you know, so be it. Oops. Anyway, that being said, so what happened was, he started getting curious and she kept coming around and more because obviously she's let the cat out the bag, which is Pandora box. She let one too, and he got a chance to touch him and feel him and stuff like that. So now that she got a chance to feel her tip, I'm gonna say this. Anyway, watch it raise it. Okay. Anyway, he got a chance to feel her breast, the transgender breast. So now that he felt her breast, she was like, okay. So now she went away and she came back around. Of course, now, inside of his mind, he needed time to think about this. Was he going to execute this project as far as having sex with her? I'm just playing in my mind. I'm not saying allegedly, but that's what I'm thinking in my mind. So now that she already done that, as far as that, she kept playing with him, because, you know, the more you work with the man and play with the man becomes more visual with you, but it's not very much of a big deal if it actually goes down. Because he's familiar with you like a friend, so he's very comfortable with you. So, remind you, this girl, Jazmena, make sure I'm saying this shit correct. Anyway, Jazmena, of course I have it right here, says that she knew she was HIV positive and stuff like that, and she basically worked on him, and he gave in. Afterwards, they started laughing. Then she said she went to, she says, okay now, that's what she said. She says, I'm going to come closer to you. And she was reaching as far as trying to feel his penis. She said, but you can stop me at any time. And he didn't stop. Of course, he's a man. He's horny as fuck. He don't give a fuck. But I think he would have stopped it. My question is, well, anyway, let me finish the story. So she got him closer, she started feeling his dick. She started jerking his dick and stuff like that. So now that she's jerking his dick, she got him hard. She decided to give him oral fixation. Fellatio. That's what fellatio is, when somebody giving you a blowjob. So she goes down, after she jerking him till it got hard, she starts sucking his dick. She's sucking and sucking and sucking until it got hard, and she waited till he climaxed inside of her mouth, I guess, or whatever the case may be. Allegedly, that's what I'm going to say, but wherever it may be, probably her mouth. Anyway, that being said, you know, listen, I'm going to tell you just like this. And that was, and I saw the video of her saying it, so, you know, it wasn't allegedly on her part. It's definitely allegedly on O.J. Simpson part, because you never really know the reason why, you know, her intentions are for doing this. Now, my thing is this. Why do you feel it's so important to put that man out there on blast like that? And my thing is this, is that, are you looking for fame? Are you looking to come up in the world because you're trying to ride a celebrity coattail to get to the top? You know, I don't knock any of you transsexuals or whatever you do your thing, whatever you want to do. But remember one thing, when you say these negative type of things or argue HIV and stuff like that, they bring all that shit back to us as well. It has nothing to do with us. However, they do put us in that same box as well as the gays and everything else. So my thing is this. You knew that you were HIV positive and you decided to give it to that man. Oh, well, I read books and stuff like that. But my thing is this. Whether you read books or any fucking thing and stuff like that, you could have just served his dick. You didn't have to do all that to that man. Regardlessly of what he had done or whether he did do it or he did do it or didn't do it, I feel as though it is so fucked up on that bitch's part. And the thing about it is, to me that's a felon. To me that's a beatdown. To me that's a life taker, honey. Because at the end of the motherfucking day, whatever you do with your body, that's your business. But once you find out that you're a full-blown HIV positive and stuff like that, I feel it's very fucking selfish for you to sit up there and give it to somebody else. You're so fucking honey. And trust, believe, if I had family and stuff like that, honey, her days on life will be very motherfucking numbered. Anyway, that being said, because the thing about it was that you knew you were sick, and you intentionally went to go give it to this man. I don't give a fuck who he is, how fabulous or how cute he is may be. You could have did other methods and stuff like that. Bitch, you could have got a plastic bag and put it over your fucking mouth and sucked his dick. You could have got something that you put your fucking socks in, you fucking freak. And then you could have got something of anything to protect somebody else's life. I'm not knocking the act of the sexual act itself. I'm upset because of the simple fact of the matter. You knew you were sick and you had no problem giving it to him. I don't give a fuck how much notoriety that you're trying to get or come up on now. I think it's really fucked up for you to try to do some shit like that to somebody else, but yet still you wouldn't want anybody to do it to you. But obviously somebody did it to you. So why don't you go back to the motherfucker who gave it to you and get them? Why must everybody else have to pay for your motherfucking mistake or mistake that may have happened? It had nothing to do with that man or someone's life. And that's just my opinion. That's just the way I feel about it. And it has nothing to do with me as well. However, I do feel as though there's a responsibility that you need to have when you are sick. Granted, you're locked up, granted, but there's other methods of getting somebody off than that. You could have got a plastic bag. And to me, if this is very much true, you knew what you were doing. You knew exactly what you're doing. And now you want to brag to everybody, oh, I got AIDS, I got full-blown AIDS. Who the fuck want to brag about having fucking AIDS? Everybody who has it, I don't think they should walk around with a motherfucking tag on them saying, oh, I got AIDS, I got AIDS. That's nobody's motherfucking business but you, the doctor, and the person you decide to share sexual encounter with. No one else needs to know your fucking business. But you're a fucking freak, and you want to sit out here and destroy a motherfucking man's life because of the simple fact of the matter of something he may have done. Or may not have done it. We'll never really know if he really committed those crimes or not. He's decided for the murders allegedly that he committed. He's decided for trying to steal back his shit that had his name on it that they stole from him. You know, that's just my opinion and stuff like that. And I want to know how you feel about it, because some girls, I'm gonna be honest and I don't mean no harm, but some of you transsexuals are some real fucked up motherfuckers. And I mean some tired bitches. Some of y'all I don't even want to say nothing to, because some shit that come out y'all motherfucking mouth, honey, you can make a bitch wanna, Anyway, that being said, and I love all my sisters, some of y'all, because I love all y'all. Some of y'all can take a flying leap straight off the fucking cliff, and I'll fucking hand you the rock to go down and make sure I fucking can't, rain going to the left. Anyway, that being said, I want to know how you feel about that. You know, about somebody being sick and they want to transmit it to try to come up from fame and stuff like that. Anyway, okay, my camera cut off a little bit, but anyway, that being said, I want to know how you feel about that. You know, how you feel about, you know, the simple fact of the matter, somebody's having sex with you, and they didn't let you know that they were sick. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, it is a lot of this going on, you know it like I know it, that everybody we lay inside the bed with, we cannot always trust, because the simple fact of the matter is that some people feel as though that somebody gave it to them and they didn't care, so why should they care? You know, my thing is this, I always say keep your insurance on. I may be just me because, you know, I'm a jaded bitter bitch, but the simple fact of the matter is that I don't give a fuck if you're in a relationship with somebody or not. I just don't trust nobody, so I really don't want to talk about too much of that because my trust issues is like really to the left, and I really don't trust no man. I don't trust nobody, fuck it. It's not man, woman, cat, dog. I don't trust none. Not when it comes to my body and stuff like that, because at the end of the day, when people are going to cheat, they're going to cheat anyway. And I'm not saying everybody, you know, stuff like that, but I just don't really trust people that much no more. My trust and my light of hope when it comes down to a lot of people and stuff like that is really dim. But the simple fact of the matter, it bothers me because unfortunately I do know people who are sick, who actually don't give a fuck about somebody else's life. And maybe by my learning how they are and the way that they act, it scares the fuck out of me when somebody else may be thinking like them when I meet them. That's what I always tell people. I said, be careful, be safe. You do the best way you can. And when I say you do you, that means nobody does you. Don't let them come to that door, because I be watching some of you people out there, and not everyone, having unsafe sex. I even watch videos on Vine where I'm watching guys fucking other guys, and y'all don't even have condoms on. It's like, wow. But hey, if that's what you want to do, you do you. But honey, better believe when you roll up in this motherfucking body, it'll be nothing but rubber rubbing through these motherfucking cheeks. And at the end of the day, I really don't motherfucking trust it. Anyway, but that's just how I feel about it, you know, stuff like that. But hey, you do you. And I know you are anyway, because some people don't like using condoms, and I learned since I've been in the straight man world, he will take that motherfucking condom off when he fucking you, if you're not very much aware. And that's how it is. I've never went through that with the gay world, but I do have problems with men in the straight world. They will try to take it off. I don't know why. I don't know where it comes from. But anyway, that being said, be safe as much as you can. Anyway, I want to know how you feel about that. You know, she knew that she was sick, and she just handed over to him, basically. And let's just hope it's allegedly, and it really is not true. And if she did do it, just my opinion, I hope he don't have it. Only because, simple fact of the matter, I don't think it's fair to another person's life. Even the ones who do have it, my heart goes out to them, and I have friends that are sick, you know. So of course I don't have a problem with it. But the simple fact of the matter is I do have a problem with, I'm with you and I watch you. And I'm gonna be honest with you right now, I may hear somebody's phone. I do have a problem with certain people I know that are sick talking to someone who's not sick. And you all up on a person, kissing them and everything, and you haven't even told them that you're sick. And I try so hard to. Is it my duty to say something? Is it my? I'm like, I don't know why. I don't know how to handle this. You know, and I talk to my friend. I tell them. I said, well, do you let them know? You know, but they don't tell. They say they tell, but then I don't know, and I don't want to be the one hanging around. Oh, you know they're sick. You know they're sick. You know, I don't want to do that. So I just remove myself from the whole situation. I mean, how would you handle that? Would you let your, like anybody you see them talking to, you just walk into them and tell them? I don't know. So it's a very touchy situation. And if you understand what I'm saying is, you know someone that is sick, and they talk to other people, and they may not be sick, and they're kissing all over them, and haven't even told them. Now people say, well, you don't get it that way. You need to educate yourself, bitch, boo bog. If they talk about motherfucking asking this bitch, then they can't figure the shit out either. So you take that motherfucking thought and stick it up your fucking ass. Anyway, that being said, I'm going to the left. I'm going to get off now. Anyway, that being said, I want to say hello, new people. Boom. I want to say, old people, bam. And I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. I want you to do you. I want you to do you the best way you can. And if nobody like it, then fuck 'em.